Hello world, double thumbs here. The concept of working 8 hours in a day, 5 days in a week, so 40 hours in a week is pretty standard in Canada and the US. Some countries work more, some countries work less. And yes, some people love work, so they love working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. But some people also love spending time with their family or doing their other hobbies or whatever that make them happy. And I was fortunate enough to just work 4 days in a week for the last 6 weeks while getting paid for 5 days in a week because I was using up my vacation time. And I realized a lot of different things, and spoiler alert, most of it were positives. Actually, all of them were positives. I didn't have any negatives because the only negative would be that you would get paid 20% less because you're working one less day per week. But for me, I got paid, so it wasn't a problem. I think this video is mainly gonna be a personal note to myself at how I found the 4-day work week to be, and it was 100% positive. So let's go see what I found to be the positive. I think these positives are gonna be pretty simple and obvious things, but I'm sharing what I felt throughout this experience because it's definitely bigger than I expected it to be. And first is the physical part of things. I work in an environment where I'm mostly up on my feet 8 hours a day, no break, no lunch, just 8 hours straight. So by the end of those 8 hours, I'm usually exhausted, my feet are killing me, my back's killing me. So having an extra day off where it becomes almost half of the week off, because 4 days I work, 3 days I don't. So it was a huge difference in terms of my body. I felt so much better. My feet weren't killing me as much. My back wasn't as painful. So it was just perfect. And with that physicality, or with that difference in the body, the mind also was healthier, so to speak. So the second positive being the mental aspect, and it was just, my happiness level was much higher just working 4 days a week compared to the 5, because again, I work in an environment where I speak to a lot of different people at once and a lot of different things happening at once, and I understand everybody's job is difficult, so it's gonna make a difference in terms of the body and the mind. And I was so much more happier, and it's really made a huge difference in my month. And it was, I had a very good July 2020. Just a note to myself, just remember how happy you were in terms of body and mind. And the third aspect is the efficiency, and with your mind and body well rested, you're gonna have higher efficiency. And this was one of the main concerns of 4-day work week, and the biggest one being that people are gonna be paid less because they work only 80% of their usual workload. The 80% in income is gonna be the obvious result of it. And the second concern was that the productivity of businesses might decline because you have less working hours, less workers, so it's gonna be not as productive. You can always hire more, but there's costs associated with each employee, so there's gonna be a limitation to that. But I found that the workload was about the same, and we were all able to do the same work with less hours. So obviously there's a bare minimum, and in some industries they are working at the bare minimum, so you can't cut lower than that. But in some industries where there are room to grow, room to decline, room to cut, that means it's a good thing. That doesn't make sense either, does it? That means I want to make people jobless. That's not what I want. And the fourth aspect of working only 4 days a week is that you'll make less income, and 20% less to be exact, because you're working 20% less. But it does give you something to think about though, because if you're able to survive or make a living off 80% of your current income, then it is a very attractive option if you have that option. Because you have that extra 1 day off, you have almost half of the week to do your side hustle or do your hobby that you enjoy a lot, which can in the future become your career or something to make money off of. So if you are able to make a living off the 80% of your current income, then just working 4 days a week while exploring other options give you that diversity in life. Diversifying is very important. So in conclusion, both my body and mind felt much better working just 4 days a week compared to 5 days in a week, and I felt like my work efficiency was better also working only 4 days in a week. But it does come with a significant financial downfall. I mean, I was using up my vacation time, but if I had to do this long term, there is a 20% reduction in pay, and with that makes you further away from financial independence and retirement, and it's a negative overall in terms of finances. But if you're able to survive off 80% of your current income, it does give you that extra 24 hours to do your side hustle to make up that lost income, or to explore into other areas that you weren't thinking of or where you didn't have time to look into to see if this is something that you can switch over to in the long run. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below, and until next time,